Come here. Go take a shower. Yeah, my show started. You okay? You okay? I love you. Get a shower, take it, get your slippers, everything, okay? Yes? I love you, bear. Hey guys, how you doing? Burger Podcast. And yeah, I don't have it all set up perfect, but come on. Can we keep it real that this is getting better? Not my hair. My hair is fucked up and I don't care. The set itself is getting so much better. So much better. And one of my favorite things, I always keep it on my mantle here. Where am I? I always keep it on my mantle here by the fireplace. I always love this. My daughter made that for me when I had braids and everything. One of my favorite things. Anyway, how you guys doing? Welcome to Soapbox Sundays. L'chaim, salut, gachafin d'chaylama. Right? I mean, what point are we at on this quarantine thing? You know? At what point are we just like, all right, we're good. We're good. Gonna go ahead and check out. By the way, what's up, Fig? How you doing, buddy? By the way, just so it's said, Facebook refuses me any views or anything. Also, it won't. Now, I know some of you don't follow me, but it shows that not one person is following me, and I know a few people are following me because I get things, from them saying they're following me. Alex, what's up? Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of a weird thing. So you guys keep in mind what's really going on with Facebook and things like this, that they are controlling what gets seen, you know? Okay, so I'm going to do a little weird thing that I do because I'm double recording this for iTunes as well. But I know you guys understand. Guys, welcome on Burger Podcast, Soapbox Sundays. All right, so one of the first things I really want to get into and talk about is, so somebody was telling me, they, you know, and I like this person, JD, good guy, but he's got his views and he's way more left, and that's fine. The problem, see, here's my problem. We were talking about the problem with the right and the left is that's what they are. They're the right and the left. They've made a decision. I'm a human being. I decide things as they go, but I know about Gavin Newsom, and I know that he's a trust fund kid, and he bullshits, and he acts like he had to work for anything ever, and I hate people like that. The second you pretend like you had to work for things the same way that real people had to work for things, like people who had to actually work for things, because if they didn't have anything. It's not like, oh, they could just wait for their trust fund, you know, or live off their parents or live in the right wing of the mansion. You know, for a lot of us, it was like sink or swim. So you don't know what struggle like that is, and you don't understand it. So I don't care for you when you say or act like you have understood it. So people like Gavin Newsom, Eric Garcetti, who have lived their whole lives with silver spoons in their mouth and always try and pretend like they were eating fucking cream of rice with the rest of us, or cream of wheat, depending on how rich or poor your parents weren't. You know what I'm saying, though? And so if you understand that, then you understand why this shirt is so tight on me, because I want to show off those fucking badass bitches. What's up? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I grabbed any shirt I could find. I grabbed my little daughter's shirt. I just realized it's getting smaller. I think I'm getting fatty. Anyhow, the point I'm making is, oh, thank you, Nancy. Yeah, I've been cleaning it up. I just got the piano and I'm really excited. Anyhow, but yeah, so a lot of people are falling for that. And, you know, and people's thing is with me, they'll always come back and go, yeah, well, Trump sucks. Trump's horrible. And I'm like, yeah, agreed. But Trump's horrible, they'll tell me. They'll go, yeah, well, what about Trump? He's horrible. I'm like, yeah, right. I agree. Not the best person by any means. Not even has no understanding of anything most of us go through. Good politician, though. Like, good businessman, good person to get the economy going. He was doing a great job for what, excuse me, my face is bugging me because it's, Oh, sorry. It's totally off whack there. I hate that. Okay, now it's more even. Oh, let me see. You know you're in bad shape when you can crack your whole face. Oh, if someone told me, is your face hurting? And I go, no, why is it killing you? I beat them to it. They hated that. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is when you tell me Trump's horrible, yes, but Newsom's horrible. And he's a thieving scumbag piece of shit, trust fund crap head motherfuckers like Garcetti. Both of them fucking elitist, prejudiced as fuck. I'm not even gonna say racist because I don't think they're openly racist. I think they're prejudiced as fuck. And they see people of non-white races as less than 100%, but they also see them as needing, like Gavin Newsom sees people who aren't white as needing him to be their white knight angel, their hero. Like in all these fucking movies, right? Where the white guy had to save the Indians, the white guy had to save these people, the white guy came along and saved this tribe in Africa. Fuck that. That's not what happened. If people would have stayed the fuck out of there, nobody would have had to save them. That's the truth. And so we do this bullshit and we act like motherfuckers. You know, like these motherfuckers aren't acting like they're the white angels, and that's who they are. Meanwhile, you want to look at certain people and hate them because they look racist, because they look prejudiced. Well, look who really is, and look who has to gain by it. And that's the whole point. So, yes, Trump is far from a great human being. He's far from a saint in any means whatsoever. But see, unlike everyone else, that he's not so much pretending to be a saint. Well, okay, he probably is because he's a fucking egotist. He thinks he's wonderful. We get that about him. But he did a lot for people, all races. He was really helping a lot of people come up. A lot of different people come up. He was doing a lot of things, guys, and you're not paying attention to that. And these motherfuckers shut him down hard. Where's Pelosi talking? Have you heard from Pelosi? Not really, here or there. Where are all these fucking leftist people coming out? They're letting him sit there alone and bury himself because that's what they wanted. They knew they couldn't beat him. They knew they couldn't go head to head with him. So now what they're doing is they created this whole thing, possibly. Again, I could be wrong. I believe they created this whole fucking thing, and now they're leaving him out there to destroy himself in saying things and not wearing a mask. Well, you know what? I think he's a fucking hero for choosing not to wear a mask. I have more respect for him for not wearing a mask because he doesn't believe it than if he wore the mask and still didn't, believe it. Like, I don't believe it. I wear masks because I wore them before this. I hate people. I don't like being around people. I don't like breathing their fucking breath. So I wore masks around people before this shit ever happened. But he didn't. And he's not now because he doesn't believe it. And neither is Pence because they don't believe it. And neither is fucking Newsom or Garcetti when they're right next to the fucking deaf guy or woman doing this shit and going blah, 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 and there's spit coming out of their mouths. Neither of them wearing masks and they're all talking. Why? And again, what if you miss something on the microphone? What if they're spraying around the podium and you don't get everything? You see them wipe the microphone. Do you see them wipe down the whole podium? No, they don't. So they don't believe it. They don't think it's real. Or they would wear masks when they were talking so they didn't spit on the podiums and didn't spit on the microphones. Even though they wipe the microphone, they don't wipe the podium. So it's right there. If they touch it, if they do anything, brush against it, anything, it's on them. Then they touch that, boom. Then they got, oh my God, COVID, and they're going to die within 4 minutes because as soon as you get COVID, you die. You fucking die. You die. It's what happens. When I die at the palace, you really die at the palace. The point I'm trying to make is simply realize this, like realize you're being lied to. No matter what, these numbers don't add up. That's just the simple fact. No matter what, none of it's adding up, and a bunch of old people are dying like every year, like happens all the time. And again, remember, and stop saying it's a choice. 6 million people die a year of tobacco, and they still allow it. It's not, oh, well, that's a personal choice. So is going outside and risking a fucking virus. That's also a personal choice because everyone who's worried can stay in. But no, that's not how it works. If we're going to cut off certain things, we got to cut off everything. You got something that's killing millions of people and something that's killing 200, 300,000 people. Huge difference. But you're going to shut down the world for the 300,000. Keep going. No problem. Ignore the 6 million people dying every year. That's insanity, people. You wake up. I mean, seriously, wake up. It's the most insane fucking thing in the world. You don't understand that all your heroes are shills. They're all fucking shills. You're believing these fucking knights, these fucking angels, and they're not angels. They're fucking them. They're them, and they act like us. It's like I said, you got to realize no one's cool. James Dean was gay for pay. Nobody's cool. No one's cool ever. There is no cool. Not me, not anyone. We're all a bunch of fucking frauds. We're all full of shit. And we can only be the best we can be, but ain't nobody cool. The cool people get cut out so hard. The cool people get shut down so badly. Be careful, my love. Okay, go in your room, close the door. Thank you, baby. Yeah, there you go, Chris. But I mean, and even if you look at that, okay, well, medical procedures have to happen, right? But so does life. Life have to happen. We have to live. So we could just stop all medical procedures because 300,000 people are dying, but then way more would. Well, stopping all this life and stopping our existence. By the way, Chris, glad you're here. Stopping all of our existence and everything else is not a good thing. None of this, sorry. Oh, I'm just barely able to sit down. You guys, you got to understand me. I am doing this for you in so much pain because I love you guys. And the fact is, though, do me a favor too. If you can share the video, I appreciate it because Facebook is doing everything to keep me from going anywhere. Also on iTunes, if you can share this, totally appreciate it. Anyway, that's my take on the whole thing, man. You have to wake up and you have to realize that this shit's going on. Sorry, I got to see one thing. Okay, now what I wanted to talk about, that's what I really had to fight. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Okay, so, oh my God. I'm sorry I keep moving around. I have to apologize. I'm really fucked up. Like, my shoulder's torn. This whole pandemic has put off my surgeries. I'm going to have to not be on work longer. It's all ridiculous. I get nothing. Like, I've been fucked over by everything. Meaning the stimulus, everything, like nothing. I've gotten, it's all bullshit. There are so many people in this country that aren't getting shit. And there's about to be a revolution. There's about to be an explosion. Okay, that aside, let's hit a fun note, guys, huh? My question is, who knows someone who has a good relationship? Does anyone? So my question goes this. Who knows someone who has a good relationship? Because my question is, does anyone have a good relationship? Like a really good relationship? I mean, I get it. Today, you guys are the best. He's a hero. You never thought you would ever have somebody this great in your life with such a huge penis and so good at every part of sex in the world. Also, just the best winner in the world. Nothing like the last narcissistic, tiny penis piece of shit that you were with before. Until you break up with him, and then he's a narcissistic, tiny penis piece of shit that you knew you never should have fucking got involved with. Sorry. That you knew you never should have gotten involved with, and you regret it. And everyone told you how horrible he was, and you should have listened. And you just believed. You wanted to think he could be better. You wanted to be a good person and believe better in the weird. And the guys are like, yeah, I didn't, you know what? She was a cunt, a liar. She was a bitch. I swear to God. I thought she was going to be honest. I thought she was like the one. I thought she was a perfect person. I swear to God, when we started messing around, when she was dating my brother, I really thought we were going to have something, right? I mean, it's like, really? So what I mean is, does anyone know anyone who has a good relationship that's a consistently good relationship? They might debate. They don't fight. They debate. They discuss. They agree to disagree. When they have situations, they have ways of working them out when it comes to household situations, household problems. They alternate vacations, or unless they agree on vacations, then fantastic. But if not, then they alternate vacations. They every now and again go on their own vacation, but never do anything weird. Always 100% loyal to one another. You see, if those people exist, that's beautiful. I'm thrilled. I'm happy. I'm glad they exist. I'm glad it's a situation that exists. I don't know of any. Does anyone out there know of any? I mean, if any, I got 400 or 500,000 million people watching. Does anyone know about anyone who has had a good relationship for, say, 10 years? 10 years of a solid, good relationship. One didn't cheat on the other. One's not miserable. One's not beaten. One's not browbeaten. One's not hating the other. One doesn't go do their own thing while the other one complains. One doesn't complain while the other one does their own thing. They're happy together. They work together. They do fun stuff together. The closest people I know like this, honestly, would be Clint and Heather. I always say Heaven. Clinton, Heather, them, and Jamie and Haley. Jamie and Haley Norwood seem to have a decent relationship. They've been married a few years. Clinton Evans and Heather Evans have been together, as far as I know, like 12 years. Longer, maybe. And they've been through the worst of everything, and they've always stuck by each other's side. Have they ever had problems? Yes. I remember a time in the very beginning where they were having some issues, but it wasn't a huge ordeal. It was just a little fight and this and that, and they worked through it. But it was nothing horrible where, he was butt fucking at her cousin and she was blowing the whole neighborhood, like crazy shit, right? It was just normal things. So Heather Evans and Clinton Evans, maybe the only two people I know that for longer than a decade have maintained a very solid, got each other's back, true romance type of life, like that Alabama fucking kill for each other, ride or die. They are each other's ride or die people. They are the only ones I know, though, that are truly for more than 10 years, ride or die like that. I don't know other people that haven't shit on each other. I've never seen them shit on each other online. I've never seen them put each other down or humiliate each other or talk nasty about each other publicly in 12 fucking years. Ever. Never. I've never known them to cheat on each other or anything else, either of them. There's nobody else that I know who hasn't cheated on their spouse or been cheated on by their spouse or beat their spouse or been beaten by their spouse. Whatever it be, there's nobody else I know who has a relationship where there wasn't some underground cheating or lying. And Clinton Evans and Heather Evans are the one couple I've known for 12 years that's never, as far as I know, that's never happened. And they're a rarity. Out of all the people I know, they're the rarity. Jamie and Haley would be the newer relationship, where, as far as I know, so hold on, my zipper's down for some reason. Nothing crazy about that. Is the only other relationship I know. Me personally, my relationships were ridiculous. I mean, I imagine they were horrible on both ends. I wasn't any good. I was never abusive. Like I've never hit a woman. Things like that. But totally cheated and things like that. I actually had sex with a woman a week before I got married, and she showed up to my wedding. I had sex with her in a staircase on Ventura and Laurel Canyon in an old building, or a building that used to have a club at the bottom floor, and we worked together. We had sex in the staircase, really good sex, by the way, on my part. I don't know if she liked it. Who cared? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, what was I trying to impress her? I was getting married. Anyway, I knew I shouldn't have gotten married. I already knew I shouldn't have gotten married. I even told my ex at the time, I don't think we should get married, but I did, and that's my own fault, and that's what I'm saying. Is we all know what we're getting into, and we all know why we get into it. We all know why we stick to certain relationships, why we stay with them, and why we do what we do. But are we happy? Is it worth it? I know alone, it's sad sometimes. I've never felt so ugly in my life, I got to be honest, than I have this time of being single. Because, I don't know, maybe last time I was single, like, I don't know that I ever stopped fucking. I was just not, I don't mean it that way, but dating, things like that. By the way, just so we know, my kids cannot ever hear me when I do these shows. They're all the way in their rooms, cannot hear me. Whenever you see me smoking or openly drinking, they're not here. Just so we all understand that. They're never here when I do any of this stuff. When I'm getting all crazy and you see shit around, that's because I have the place to myself and I'm a bachelor and I love it and I live it for the moment. Anyway, that's my story. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Soapbox Sunday, guys. if you're going to get married, you're going to be in a relationship, make sure it's beneficial at least. I know people who do a lot of shit and get a lot of shit done and have a lot of things. They don't have real happiness. They don't have real love, but they have at least a lot of things, and they go do a lot of fun crap. And I'll take that any day over bullshit. I'll take that any day over someone keeping you down, or you keeping someone down, or not helping each other, or things like that. There's people out there that have like business arrangements, like beneficial relationships, and they really enjoy it, and they fuck, and they have a good time, and they go places, and they do great stuff, and they both bring something to the table. That's what you want to really get into. And if you have something like that, you're probably doing okay. Now, if you can have something like that psycho real love, that true got each other's back, ride or die shit that Heather and Clinton have, then God bless you. God bless you. Like Jamie and Haley, you're on the right track. Shoot for those stars. God bless you guys for being able to do that. You guys are really 2 in a million. You're 2 in a million, man. And it's beautiful. And so love each other so deep and never change and never give it up, because you're the few that give the world hope for marriage. That's the fact. Anyway, I love you, only you, not any of the rest of you, and you know who I mean. And you're right. Yeah, you're exactly who I mean. I love you. I love you.